Hello everyone, I hope you're doing good and staying safe. Welcome to yet another interesting tutorial by SimpliCode. In today's session, we're going to talk about scalar functions in SQL. As you all know, SQL provides the user with many built-in functions to perform various operations on the data. These functions are useful while performing complex mathematical calculations, string concatenations, and other substring operations, etc. So in today's tutorial, we'll talk about one of the most important functions that is used in SQL, which is scalar functions. So without any further ado, let's get started with today's topic. But before we begin, if you're a tech geek and love watching tech videos, consider getting subscribed to our channel SimpliCode to stay updated with all the latest technologies. And hit that bell icon to never miss an update from us. So without any further delay, let us jump straight into today's topic. So what are SQL functions? We know that a function is basically used to perform some particular task and it returns 0 or more values as a result. Now functions are useful while writing SQL queries also, which can be applied to work on single or multiple records of a table. Now depending on their application in one or multiple rows, SQL functions are generally categorized into aggregate functions and single row functions, which is scalar functions. Now we have already discussed about aggregate functions in our previous videos. So if you want to know more about it, make sure you check that out on our channel as well. Now coming back to scalar functions. Now unlike the aggregate functions which return a single value after performing calculations on a group of value, the scalar functions are a bit different in its usage. Now the function which returns only a single value from an input value is known as a scalar function. The scalar function works on each record independently and are based on user input. Now scalar functions may take single or multiple arguments, but they always return a single value result, which is mandatory. The resultant value of the scalar functions can be of any data type. So let us now discuss some of the various scalar functions used in SQL. Now scalar functions in SQL are broadly classified into 5 types. The first one is LCASE, the next one is UCASE, and then we have length, and then we have mid, and finally we have round. Let us now discuss about them in detail. So these are basically all the scalar functions that are used in general. Now first we have the LCASE. Now the SQL function LCASE converts all the characters of a string to lowercase. That is, if there is any string value which is in capital letter, it will change into lower cases, that is into normal text. Now it takes one argument and returns back only a single value, and it basically converts the value of a column field in a table to lowercase. It works on all values of the data types and converts the string in the values to lowercase. Now similarly we have the uppercase, which is basically opposite of lowercase. It is also similar to that of LCASE, but it basically converts all the characters of a string to uppercase. Similarly, it takes only one argument and returns back only a single value, and it basically converts the value of any column field into uppercase. Next we have length. Now the length function is used to return the length of the value in the field. It counts the number of characters along with spaces and returns a single value integers. And similar to that of uppercase and lowercase, it works on values of all types of data types. Next we have the mid function. Now the SQL function mid extracts text from a value of a field. It takes one argument and works on each value independently. So basically it extracts substrings in SQL from a column values having string data type. Next we have the round function. The round function is used to round a numerical value to the number of decimals specified. So basically if you're working on decimal data types, you can use this round function, which basically rounds off any numerical value to its nearest integer value. Now other than these 5 majorly used scalar functions SQL, we also have another type which is now, which is used to return the current system date and time. And similarly we have a format function which is used to format the contents of the field. It is used to specify how the content of the field should be displayed or returned. It similarly works on the values of all data types. So now that we've understood the different scalar functions in SQL, let us jump straight into MySQL Workbench for execution part, wherein we'll discuss each and every scalar function with certain examples and execute them.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit Scale by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
So as you can see, MySQL Workbench has started, and in order to perform various operations using scalar functions, let us take an example. For that, we'll consider the athletes events 1 table first. So let me just display the records that are present in that table. So let me use the select statement. For that, select star from athlete events. Let us execute this and we'll see the data that is present in this table. Well, so the athletes event one table has various fields such as ID, name, sex, age, height, weight, team, NOC, games, year, season, and city. Right. So firstly, let us discuss about the UCASE scalar function first. Now, as we discussed earlier, the UCASE converts all the characters of a string into uppercase, and the syntax is also simple. That is, select UCASE and within the brackets mention the column names that you want in uppercase from table name. Right. So let's say now we have the names of all the athletes basically in capital as well as the small letters. Now let's say if you want the names of all those athletes only in capital letters, that is in uppercase, then you have to write the following query as select UCASE within the brackets the column name which is name from table name, that is athletes event 1. Now with UCASE their name, I'll want to display their name column as well. So I'll take another expression which is I want to display the names of all those employees as well. So I'll just display and execute this. Well, as you can see, now there's a contrast between the name first name that we have taken, and after that, since we have applied the UCASE function here, it has changed the characters or the characters in string in the names of the athletes to completely into uppercase. That is like A Dijang has been completely changed into the capital letters and so on like that. Next, let us discuss about the LCASE function. Now, LCASE function is similar to that of UCASE itself. The LCASE function is basically used to convert value of a string column to a lowercase character. That means if you want to change the values in a particular column from capital to small. So in that case, you use the LCASE, and the syntax is also similar. Instead of the UCASE keyword, you have to just replace with LCASE, and the syntax remains the same, which is select LCASE column name from table name. So now in order to execute this, let us take another example here. Let us consider the crypto table here now. So I'll just display the records. Select star from crypto 22 table. Right. So let me just display the values. So the crypto 2022 table has various fields such as ranking, crypto name, price, changes 24 hours, changes in 7 days, changes in 30 days, changes in 1 year, the market cap, and volume in 24 hours. So as you can see, the crypto name, like the name of all the cryptocurrencies that I've mentioned in the table, are in capital letters or in the uppercase. Now let's say if I want to change them into lowercase, I'll use the LCASE function, and the query is followed as LCASE, mention the column name which is crypto name. I'll just copy the field here. From the table, that is crypto 2022. Also, I want to display the crypto name column again as well. And we'll see how it is changed from the original one which we have mentioned, right? So let us just execute this statement and we'll see the output. So as you can see, earlier we had all the names of cryptocurrencies in uppercase or in capital letters. Now since we have applied the LCASE function here, it has changed completely into the lowercase or the small letter values. Now as you can see, the Bitcoin which is in capital letters has been completely changed into Bitcoin. So in this way, you can use the LCASE function in order to convert the values of the strings that are present in the column fields from capital or the uppercase to the lowercase characters. Right. Moving ahead, let us now discuss about the len function in SQL. Now, the len function is used to return the length of the value in the field. So, basically, it calculates the length of the characters that are present in the columns. So, for that, and the syntax is also similar to that of the other scalar functions. Basically, the syntax is select length. Since we are working on MySQL, the keyword we use is length instead of len. The query and the syntax is select length column name from table name. So let's say if I want to calculate the length of all the characters of the cryptocurrency's name in the table, so I'll use the length function here, and this query would be select length, mention the column name which is crypto name. I'll just copy paste it. from table name, which is crypto 2022, right? So let us execute this and we'll see the output. So it will basically display the length of all the cryptocurrencies. We can similarly mention the column of crypto names as well here. I'll just write crypto name column and we'll execute it again. So as you can see, the cryptocurrencies are being displayed as well as the length of their cryptocurrencies names that we have specified here. So basically it counts the number of characters along with the spaces including and returns a single value integer. Now if you consider Bitcoin, which has basically 7 characters in total, so it is displaying as 7. And if you look at the wrapped Bitcoin, we have a space in between wrapped and Bitcoin. So it considers the space as well when you are working on the length function. So it combines the space as well as the total characters into the resultant set. So in this way, you can use the length function as well. Next, let us discuss about the mid-scalar function. Now, this is perhaps one of the most difficult and confusing scalar function in SQL. So let me just make it easier and clear for you. So mid function basically extracts text from the value of a field. So in other words, you can say it allows you to extract a substring from a given string. That is, you can extract only a certain number of characters from a string. And the syntax for the mid function is select mid, column name, comma starting position, comma length from table name. Now these parameters basically the first one is column name, that is basically the string you want to extract as a substring. And next we have the starting position, which basically indicates the position in the input string from where the extraction will be started. That is, from which position you want to extract that substring. And finally we have the length. It indicates the length of the string which we want to extract from the table. So let us understand this with an example in order to understand it clearly. So now since we have this crypto names, right, now instead of displaying the complete name of the cryptocurrencies, I'll just assign a symbol for that. So I'll just display the first 3 characters. So in that case, I'll write the syntax as select mid, mention the column name, which is crypto name. Just copying the field, crypto name. Starting position will be 1 and the length will be the first 3 characters. So I'm mentioning 3 from table name, that is crypto 2022, right? So we are good to go and we'll execute the statement and we'll see the output. So basically it will display the first 3 characters of the string that we have taken from the field, that is crypto name. So simultaneously I'll display the crypto names as well, so that we can have a clear picture on how different it is. So as you can see, the Bitcoin, the short form has been changed to bit, and for wrapped Bitcoin we are giving as wrap, and for Hue by BTC we are giving Hue, and for Ethereum ETH. So in similar way, for all the Bitcoins we are giving, let's say, a alias name in another way, like a shorter name from that, where we are selecting only certain number of characters as a substring from the original string. Now you might get a doubt that where you have to use this. Now generally this is not used mostly in SQL. Like for example, if you're working on a field which has, let's say, months in a year, like from January to December. Now in your resultant set, if you don't want to display the complete name of the month like January, and instead you just want to mention the limited number of characters or a substring from that string, so you can just mention Jan, Jan, the 3 characters, right? And similarly Feb, March, April, and so on. So in this way you can use the mid function as per your requirement as well. And finally we have the round scalar function. Now the round function is used to round a numerical field to the number of decimals specified. So now generally if you're working on a database which has a value of decimals, let's say up to 5 to 10 decimal places. Now if you want to round off that value to, let's say, just 2 decimal places, then in that case you use the round scalar function. And the syntax is also simple. The syntax is followed as select round, and within the brackets mention the column name which you want to round up, and mention the number of positions to which the numerical value should be rounded from table name. So let us just take an example to understand this better. I'll consider the crypto 2022 table again. So let me just display the value. Select star from crypto 2022. Right. So now if you look into this table, let's say now we have this change in the value in the last 30 days. Now we have the decimal places up to 2 places, right? Now if I want to change that into only one place, so in that case what I'll do is I'll write a simple query which says select round, mention the column name that you want to round up, which is changes 30, right? So I'll just copy this field, mention it here, and I want to specify the decimal places up to only one place. So I'll just display the value as 1 from table name, that is crypto. So let us execute this statement and we'll see the output. Right, similarly, I'll also mention the crypto names as well. Crypto name, right. So we'll just execute and we'll see the output. So as you can see, the values, the cryptos in the changes of the value in the last 30 days has been changed to one decimal place here. Now, if you do not mention these decimal places, it will basically round off the value to its nearest possible value. So let us just execute this. So as you can see, minus 20.1, which was earlier, has been changed to minus 20, and similarly so on. The other values have also been changed accordingly. Now it will basically round off the values. If the value is above 0.5, it will basically round off it to 1. That is, if you have a value around 20.5, it will change to 21. And let's say if you have 35.78, then it will change into 36. So in this way, you can use the round function in order to round off the number of places of a decimal of a given number or a string value. So that brings us to the end of today's session, guys. That was all about the scalar functions we use in SQL. I hope you've understood how to use the scalar functions, the syntax, and the execution part. Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you found this tutorial informative and helpful, please leave us a like. And if you have any further queries regarding any of the topics covered in today's session, feel free to let us know in the comment section below, and a team of experts will be more than happy to help resolve all your queries at the earliest. Until next time, stay safe and keep coding.